I think I wrote this really great story when I was in 3rd grade. My pet dinosaur. If I had a dinosaur, I would name him Harry. He would live in my backyard with my dog. He would be a brontosaurus. He'd drink out of our hose. He'd listen to our, and this is the best part, ghetto blaster. I love that you can see that she corrected my spelling, and then I changed it, I erased it, and I went back and I corrected it. He'd listen to our ghetto blaster. His best friend would be my dog, Sasha. My friends would have to watch out so they wouldn't get stepped on. He could mow our yard and trim our tree leaves. He would be a big help to us. When winter comes, we would have to find him a warm place to live. He would live at my grandma's house on the hay pile. He would have fun playing with their dog. It is my dog's sister. They live in the woods with lots to eat. He could drink water out of the creek. He would have lots of friends, foxes, birds, and their donkey, in which he could talk to over the fence. He could have a nice talk with the snakes in the morning. In the afternoon, he could visit the foxes, and at night, the moon. The end. I have so many questions about my use of the word ghetto blaster. And was my knowledge of urban slang what took my paper from great to really great? And just for fun, here's a short segment from 1981 on CBS News called Walkmans versus Ghetto Blasters. I guess we know which side I was on.
From the noisy streets of New York to the laid-back tranquility of California, Americans are tuning out and tuning in. It's the latest fad, tiny stereo cassette players with featherweight headphones. It's caught on all over America, but nowhere as it has in New York, where more and more people are discovering that about the only space they've got is between their ears. In a manner of speaking, of course.
You know, listening to Beethoven and walking in Manhattan, you know, walking on the streets is, it's pretty nice. As opposed to hearing the sirens that are going by and the jackhammers. Yeah. It just puts you in your own world all by yourself.
It's like carrying your stereo with you, you know, on your head, and it's like...
Whether they wear pinstripes or no stripes, they're discovering that, at least musically speaking, you can take it with you. About 750,000 people nationwide are doing just that.
Everybody's buying the machines. Anyone from a wealthy executive likes to spend his weekends out in a sailboat listening to Beethoven, to the street kid listening to new wave music down in the subways.
A lot of noise and confusion down here, and it just centers me. And, you know, I've just got to go about 5 stops, but it feels good.
Is it the me generation gone wild, the height of antisocial behavior, electronic snubbery?
The rest of the world tunes out to me sometimes, so I might as well do it to them.
Some still prefer last year's model, the radio that's about as big as the Empire State Building and as loud as World War II.
Can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. What do you think of the people who wear the headsets, you know, so that doesn't make a lot of noise and they only...
What do I think? I don't know. I can say it's a different strokes. I can't hear you.
Can you speak up just a little bit?
I say it's different strokes for different folks.
Different strokes indeed. In the midst of this serenade, there developed one of those mellow happenings that exemplify the sophistication for which New York is so admired.
You bother a lot of people with that?
No. Bother me? Bothers the hell out of me. I think you're invading my life space with that damn thing.
Yeah,
you are, really. Not only mine, but everybody else around here. I ask everybody here, isn't this ridiculous?
It's nice to know that music can bring serenity to people, that music hath charms to soothe the savage breast. It's really quite comforting.
I can't take it anymore. I've had it up to here. I can't take it anymore.
Life is but a dream.
Thank you.
Mark Goldberg, CBS News, New York.